Hello everybody, so this is a viewer requested video of what are my Glock upgrades. So I would like to get this out of the way really quickly, and that is generally I don't like, much like Glock upgrades or customizations as I would rather call them. And I say that because I really don't think the Glock platform needs upgraded. I understand that it's a marketing logo, this like Glock perfection. People like to complain about like every time Glock makes a change, you're like, well, so much for perfection. You know, those people just need kicked in the teeth. It's one of those platforms that has never really had to change much, and people complain about that. That it's like, well, why don't you come out with something new or different or anything like that? Why all these little small upgrades and basically re-releasing the same thing over and over again? I don't know. Why are there millions of them in use the world over in their stock configuration, both duty and private use, you know, military, police, civilian, across the planet? When you are that close to perfection, I'm just going to say it, there's really no need for the upgrades. The sights are fine no matter what the internet tells you. The trigger's fine no matter what the internet tells you. The grip is actually really good no matter what the internet tells you. The grip is actually optimized to make you rock your wrist forward, optimizing your shooting grip, and people can complain about that. And their reliability is second to none. So there's really no need for upgrades. And as you will see, I don't do a lot of them. So before we go down to the table, this is the one gun that I've done a lot of stuff to. It's my Gen 3 G19. It's got something around 25,000 rounds through it at this point. And I can tell you that the only reason it has any upgrades, customizations, is because of doing reviews, because of a company sending things to me, or, you know, like maybe sending a red dot to me or sending sights to me or something like that, and then I buy something else to go along with it. So that is the only reason this gun ever started getting customized to begin with. And then once that happened, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go full out on it, do all the stuff that the cool kids online do, and see if it really makes that big of a difference. Now, one of the reasons that I don't like this internet craze of you need to customize your Glock, this is not a want, before anybody gets their butt hurt. Not a want. If you want to do something to your gun, do it. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. But I see over and over and over again people online, they just bought a Glock, a brand new, this is their first pistol, just bought this Glock 19 Gen whatever. What upgrades do I need? On a community level, we have failed that person. On a community level, we have failed that person. That person has picked up one of the best pistols this planet has ever seen and is asking what upgrades it needs. None. It needs none. First time gun owner, first time shooter, take it to the range, buy 5,000 rounds worth of ammo, get about 3 or 4 classes in you, shoot it all up, and then decide whether or not you want to upgrade anything or customize anything. But get proficient with your stock firearm first. So, headed down to the table, let's look at all my Glocks, which is not that many, and see what I have done to each one. All right, so let's start with the gun that I'm carrying today, which is the G43. I do prefer the 43 over the 43X, but I carry it with the Tango Down +2 so I can get a better grip. It is stock in every other way. Has the stock sights on it because the stock sights are actually fine, even though the internet would like to tell you otherwise. I did do the trigger undercut there. Actually did that as a Patreon thing, so if you're a patron, you got to see me do that live. And that is it. I've never done anything else to this. I did change the mag release, and I don't remember what mag release this is, but I changed it because I did something and screwed up because, you know, I don't remember why. I changed this for a reason. I think I screwed up I did something and banged up the original polymer one and it wouldn't function correctly. So I screwed it up in some way and just bought this one. I don't remember who it's from, but it works fine, whoever it is. But my slide lock is original. My trigger is an OE trigger. All the springs inside are original equipment and everything. The barrel is original. This has about 3,000 rounds or so on it at this point. Now before I go any farther, this is the ammo I pretty much run in everything. I've used and will use different types of ammo occasionally, but generally speaking, if I can find this on the shelf, this is what I run. 9mm 124 grain Hornady plus P XTPs. Now a gun that doesn't get nearly enough love is the G44. Not a thing done to it. It's got, I don't know, 1,500 rounds. 1,500 rounds or so through it, stock trigger, stock everything else. Not much to say. It's the 22 long rifle that came out not too long ago that the internet said explodes all the time, that the internet said nobody wanted, and yet, just like every time the internet says nobody wants a Glock, they sell out of them and they become wildly popular. So that's my G44 and it's completely stock. Moving on to the 19X, I was doing some reload drills with it, and that's why this one has some dummy rounds in it too. But the 19X is, again, other than the light, completely and utterly stock. It fits the hand great. The trigger press in this is the best stock trigger press, I think, in all Glocks. And in fact, I think this is probably the best Glock has ever made, in my opinion. It is the most controllable, the best shooting. And yes, I believe it does shoot better than the G45, and many people that I've talked to has agreed with me, and we can't quite put our finger on why. Now this has about 10,000 rounds through it at this point. I put 500 through it yesterday doing some practice, and I have my 10,000 round review of this coming up, but it is stock in every way. I've never changed the trigger, I've never changed the barrel, I've never changed a spring or anything on it. I just clean it occasionally and shoot the crap out of it. That leaves us with the Gen 3. Now, for those of you guys who've been around the channel for a very long time, I used to have a Gen 2, and it had between 30 and 40,000 rounds on it when I sold it, and other than a 6-pound trigger spring, it was all original. Original barrel, original guide rod, original recoil spring. Everything about that gun was original. Just to dispel the myth that you need to change the guide rod every whatever 5,000 rounds or whatever it is that they say, or the internet would like you to believe. It had everything original. This is the Gen 3, and most of it is not original. So let's start with that. And so just on the frame itself, I have the double undercut, I have the gas pedal or thumb ledge. This is actually, these two frame modifications, the trigger guard and thumb ledge or gas pedal, are probably the two most useful frame modifications I've ever seen or experienced. This, of course, depending on the size of your hand, because the Glock already naturally has a low bore axis, but this, depending on the size of your hand, and the thumb ledge, I think, is a fantastic one for any gun, because it really helps you dig your thumb in when shooting. This slide is a Swenson slide from Midway USA, and it is pre-cut for the Vortex Venom, and I have, I believe these are Mariglow blackouts. Suppressor height sights. They could be a little bit taller for the Venom, but I can still see the tops of them through there. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but the red dot's not on right now. So this gun has about 30,000 rounds through it to this point, somewhere in that area. And it does have the original guide rod and recoil spring in it. This is original Glock. It has Bear Creek Arsenal stainless barrel. That is actually, for the price that this thing is, which is like 40 bucks or something like that, 40, 50 bucks. I actually have 2 of these, but I do like the barrel. The frame on the inside, everything is original equipment except for the Ghost 3.5 pound ultimate trigger kit that I have. Now the Ghost 3.5 pound ultimate trigger kit comes with a 6 pound trigger spring. It comes with the 3.5 pound connector, and it comes with a reduced power safety plunger spring and 2 different striker springs, a 6 pound and a 4 pound. I think I have the 4 pound in here, and I have had some light primer strikes with it, so I'll be putting the 6 pound in it, although the reliability has not decreased much. Now the decreased reliability is another reason why I'm not a big fan of a whole bunch of modifications, because every modification decreases the reliability. I know the internet would disagree with me, but over and over and over again, it has been proven so. So I had said that I did a whole bunch of stuff to this just in the partially because this is my test gun. It's if I need to review parts and things like that, I'll do it in this gun. But now that I've done all of these different things to this gun, and the 19X being all original equipment, is there a massive difference in the way I shoot both of these guns? And the answer is no. I am a little bit more accurate with this, but slower, because after 30 years of iron sight shooting, still takes me, even a year later, a little bit, just a slight bit longer to pick up the red dot. But once I get the red dot, I am a little bit more accurate with it. And when I say a little bit more accurate, at 10 yards, I'm probably 1 MOA more accurate with this than I am that. Now, is that worth all the extra money? That's for you to decide. But I put myself on par pretty close. For the slight bit more accurate, I'm a little bit faster on target with that. So there's a trade-off for me. All right, so there it is, all of the Glock upgrades that I have done. Again, most of my stuff's real stock. I mean, my 43 is all original equipment. The 19X is all original equipment. The 44 is all original equipment. My girlfriend's Gen 3 G19 is all original. Her 43 is all original. This is just the one outlier. And if it weren't for using this in the fashion that I do, being basically a review gun, you know, for the barrel, for the slide, for all that stuff, and I realize some of the stuff you've not seen reviews on, because I'm still only a couple thousand rounds into them, and I haven't done the review on those pieces yet. I haven't done the review on this slide yet. I haven't done the review on this barrel yet. I'm getting ready to do one on both. It has been 2,000-3,000 rounds into each one, so I feel like I can give my opinion on it. Again, I don't do a whole lot of first impressions, as you guys know. Yeah, if it weren't for using this as a review gun, it would probably be mostly original equipment as well. So there you have it, my Glock upgrades and what I think about upgrades in general. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. If you're going to do some shopping, you do the shopping from the links down below. It'll help out the channel. Of course, if you want to help out the channel, you can always hit up PayPal and donate that way, or patreon.com/RTTGunsGear, and get videos like unboxings, things like when I did the undercut for the 43 and other live streams as well. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.